This is question number 34 from the June 2016 Algebra Regents exam. So we've got the sum of two numbers x and y is more than 8. When you double x and add it to y, the sum is less than 14. And what we need to do is graph these two inequalities. Okay, so the first trick is to turn these sentences into an algebraic inequality. So the sum of two numbers, x and y, that one's fairly simple. Sum means to add, so we're going to do x plus y. So the sum of the two numbers is more than 8, or greater than. Now what we need to do in order to graph this using our graphing calculator is we need to isolate y. So what I'm going to do is subtract x from both sides, and we'll get y is greater than 8 minus x. Now for the second one, it says when you double x and add it to y, the sum is less than 14. So double x means 2x, and when we add it to y, the sum is less than 14. So this would be our second inequality. But again, we need to isolate y and get it by itself. So I'm going to subtract 2x to move it over to the other side. Now, if you type these two equations, write them as equations in your graphing calculator, you should figure out that one important observation is where they connect, where they intersect, and that's at the point 6, 2. So I'll go 1, 2, 3, 4. Actually, maybe I should zoom in for this. Okay. 6, 2, 2, 4, 6, 2 is right here. Okay, so I'm going to label that 6, 2. And then another useful plot point is when x is 2, y is 6 for this first equation. We'll call it the black one. So 2 and 6, 2, 4, 6 is here. Now that we have those 2 points, we can draw our line. 1 second. There we go. So now let's plot the other line. That was 14 minus 2x. Now we can check also when x is equal to 2 in that situation, we get a y value of 10. So that's going to be right here. So this is 210. And this one is 2,6. Alright, so now what we can do is connect these guys together, showing the second inequality. Now because this is an inequality, not an equation, we kind of have to highlight where where the appropriate values of y are. And what I mean by that is, hang on a second. So in the first one, we knew that y needed to be greater than this line 8 minus x. So we're looking for y values that are greater than the black line. And at the same time, with the other one, we're looking for y values that are less than the red line. In other words, what we're looking for is the space between these two. Any points in between these lines fit this, both of these inequalities. It satisfies both inequalities. Now the question, and now that we've graphed it, is right here. Sorry, 1 second. There we go. Kai says that the point 6, 2 is a solution to the system. Now you might instinctively say right away, yes, look, 6, 2 is right here. So it's part of the system. But you need to be careful because the inequalities are greater than and less than, not equal to. So even though it's literally right on the cusp of both of these inequalities, the point 6, 2 is actually not part of the solution. It's pretty darn close, but it's not quite. And that's because the boundaries of both inequalities are not part of the solution set. So I hope that makes sense. That's it for this video. Thanks for visiting JD's Regents Preparation.